All right, we are live on all platforms. Aloha to those of you who may be joining in. Just doing a little bit of an experimental broadcast up late after Saturday evening, Sunday after 1 a.m. Saturday evening, Sunday morning, whatever time zone we're in. And yeah, just gonna be hanging out here for the next little bit. Just kind of curious to be able to see who's up late tonight, and just kind of running this as a bit of a test experiment, just kind of like saying hello to anybody who maybe joined in, and yeah, just working on being able to help let people know about the Patreon and inviting them to be a part of what it is that we are creating here together. If we can get some people joined in, then we'll just kind of like hang out here, and I'll answer some questions about the Patreon, because the Patreon is a big part of what it is that we are building here in the community. So for those of you who may be up late, welcome, because this is about building a team. This is about building a community. And if you guys are new, I'm here to be able to answer any questions and to just give you a little bit of an overview in terms of how you guys can be involved and how the Patreon works into that, and the support that we're here to like offer those who feel called to be able to get further involved with the community. So aloha to Amanda, aloha to Nadia, yo, what's up Christian, aloha to Kariz. Anybody else joined in? I'm live on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube right now. If you guys are brand new to my content, meaning like if you guys are not familiar with the Patreon and everything like that, go ahead and leave a 333 in the comments. Let me know, and I'd be happy to just be able to give you a bit of a overview. And so I'm looking at multiple cameras right now. So for those of you on YouTube, if you see me like looking off to the side, that's why. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to be able to jump on here, say hi, and build some relationships and express some gratitude and invite people to be able to connect further with this really cool team of conscious creators that we've been building. So cool. So again, if you guys are new followers to my content, drop a 333 in the chat, and basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you a bit of an overview. Who here is familiar with Patreon? If you're not familiar like with my Patreon and stuff like that, drop a 777 in the chat, and I'll give you guys a little bit of an overview. And we got like a handful of people tuned in right now. So again, Patreon is a website where people can support artists that they appreciate with contributions, monthly contributions. And when you join on someone's Patreon, usually you'll get different like rewards or discounts or benefits or exclusive content, all sorts of things like that. So not only do I have my own Patreon, but I've also been helping members of our community develop their Patreons as well. And so with my Patreon, you can join on my Patreon at a few different levels. There's like the primary, there's like the $5 a month level, and then there's like the $11 a month level. And when you join at the $11 a month level, that's where you can be involved as a leading member. And so leading member is a term that we use to be able to explain basically like an aspect of our community where leading members, they get access to additional benefits to support them specifically as conscious creators. So a bit of a background, like I've been creating conscious media for over 10 years. Like I've been creating conscious content for over 10 years. So now one of the things that I'm really focused on is supporting other conscious creators, and being able to level up their skills as a conscious media creator, and being able to work on like connecting further with community, on being able to learn additional like skills and tactics and techniques, and to again be able to build their community and build their Patreon as well. So when you guys join on my Patreon, you're not only supporting me, but you're also supporting the community. And when you join on the Patreon at the $11 level, that's where you can again join as a leading member, and that's where you can join. We have collaborative work periods that we do for conscious creators. We do those Monday to Wednesday at 3 to 4 p.m. and that's where these are all online through my YouTube channel. You guys can already check these out. Like we release these online. And again, so you can join as a leading member, you can get access to our collaborative work periods, our conscious media creator work periods. You can join our On Air Team podcasts, which are really cool. And again, those are there to be able to give you guys a place to be able to practice communicating on air to an audience, and to be able to have your content reach more people, to be able to help introduce you to a wider audience as well. And you get full access to our Discord chat and access to me as a conscious media creation coach, which is worth like $200 a month just in itself. And also discounts for our item shop. And that's where you guys have probably seen me playing with these and stuff like that. These are like our light guardian crystals. These are just some of the items that you can get through our item shop, as well as the aura lights and everything like that. And again, guys, like I'm it's my job to build the Patreon, because in building the Patreon, we're inviting people who resonate with the community to be able to receive additional support. Yes, it supports me, but it's also about being able to collectively increase our global impact. So when people join on my Patreon, I want them to do it in a way where like this is like them like saying like yes to themselves, you know, them saying like, yo, like I want to be able to invest in myself by surrounding myself further with a really rooted and dedicated team of conscious creators, of conscious media creators. So that's essentially what we've been doing. We've been building a team of conscious media creators, and this team is already well established. Like we've got roots. Like again, the project I've been doing for over 10 years, and there's a lot of creators on the team, many who you would recognize, like especially for those of you on TikTok, like Seaflower saying, I love the August 27th meditation. Thank you, Seaflower. I really appreciate that. That August 27th meditation was an example of, again, what our community does, what we get involved with, and what leading members can get involved with. But yeah, like there's a lot of members on our team who are already well established as conscious media creators. Again, some of them who are already, you know, showing up on your TikTok and your FYP, a lot of creators that you guys have seen before. And it's also creators who are brand new. It's people who are literally, you know, either just looking to be able to connect further with a community of conscious and like-minded people, or specifically looking to be able to develop their skills as a conscious media creator. And so again, like I've got like over 10 years of experience as a conscious media creator, and like having worked in the professional industry. And now I'm here to be able to like support other creators. And part of my job, part of my objective is to be able to help over 100 creators become self-sustained in sharing their conscious media, in sharing their services and their gifts. Because in doing so, that helps accelerate the collective shift in consciousness. Like imagine, like just very simple put, like I'm sure you guys can agree with this. If we had like, you know, your favorite TikTokers, your favorite YouTubers, whatever platform we're on, your favorite conscious media creators, like what if 100 of us were able to devote ourselves to creating content and facilitating community and serving the community full time? Like that's a huge impact. So part of my goal is helping, again, over 100 people be able to become self-sustained, and then eventually it'll be like, you know, 150 to 200 over time. And we've been helping a lot of creators. Like there's a lot of creators, again, ones that you would recognize, and we've been having a lot of chats and discussion. I've been helping them like set up their Discord and their Patreon. They reach out to me when they have questions and feedback, and again, like I provide my experience and my like intuitive wisdom when it comes to being able to create content through various social media platforms with the intention to be able to help shift consciousness. So anyways, guys, if you have questions about the Patreon, please feel free to let me know. If you're interested in joining on the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat, and you can sign up at any point during the month, and the contributions only process on the first of each month. So even if you like sign up tonight or tomorrow or next week, the contributions only process on October 1st would be the next time that they process. And again, guys, like I've been building the Patreon for quite some time. I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. I mean, I'm inviting you to be able to say yes to like something that you're passionate about. And if you resonate with it, then you'll resonate with it. And if you don't resonate with it, that's totally cool too. I'm not trying to like give this to anybody who's not ready to be able to receive it. But for those of you who are like, yo, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually like something that I would like to be involved more with, to be able to get further involved with. And yeah, the option's there. Like, yo, like I want to surround myself with a team of conscious media creators, like-minded people who are like deeply rooted, got a lot of experience, a lot of expertise. And again, to be able to join like our weekly team podcast on air, like those are incredibly valuable. next week's podcast, Thursday, 8 p.m. EST, is going to be on the magic and mystery of the Fae. Yo, what's up, Casper? Thanks for joining in. Just chat. Yeah, so again, I'm keeping an eye on the chats right now. I'm not like, I have no expectations for this broadcast. I did just want to be able to jump on here, just be able to express some gratitude, thank people for being a part of this. And again, guys, like, you guys are welcome to join on my Patreon without needing to become a leading member. Like, you can join on my Patreon at various levels. And again, when you join on the Patreon, even at the $5 level, that's where you can get discounts for the item shop, which is really, really cool. And that's where you can get discounts for the for things like the Auralite 23. Like the Auralite 23, this is like the oldest crystal on Earth. So if you guys are like looking to get one of these, if you sign up on the Patreon first, you can get a discount for that. You can get a discount for the Light Guardian crystals, which are pretty cool too. But again, only join on the Patreon if you guys like resonate with my work. And of course, I'm not expecting everyone to be able to join, but it's a really, really cool way to be able to connect further with some really, really amazing people. And so if you guys are interested in joining on the Patreon at some point, go ahead, drop a 555 in the comments. Let me know. The link for that is in the YouTube info. It's also through my profile. And if you guys are brand new and you just want to be able to like get involved with the team, like just kind of like feel things out, that's where you can join on to our Discord server. And you can join on our Discord server first, and that will give you access to the public chat. And then if you want to be able to join further, then that's where you can join on the Patreon. That will give you full access. And again, that will give you full access to join our weekly podcast and our Zoom calls and our just regular ongoing support to support you as a conscious creator. So, but yeah, team, go ahead. Like, I mean, you guys let me know. You guys let me know like what you think about that, and I'll answer any additional questions. This is kind of an experimental broadcast. Usually when I'm on here, you know, I'm providing other forms of value where it's like the tarot readings and things like that, or the meditations that I do. But for the time being, I want to just kind of jump on here and literally just explicitly make this broadcast about being able to invite people to the Patreon and just putting out the word, and again, just being able to let people know what it is that we got going on. And it's a really, really, really cool thing. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate your supports on all platforms. So if you guys have any questions about the Patreon, go ahead and let me know, and I can respond to some of those questions in the chat. And I'll just stay on here just for a little bit longer. But yeah, if you guys are interested in joining on the Patreon, go ahead and drop a 555 in the chat. If you're interested in joining on the Patreon and you're on TikTok, go ahead and drop a 555 and I'll follow you back. And then if you have any questions, you can let me know as well. And again, that's where you can join at the $5 a month level or the $11 a month level. So yeah, so the Patreon's a monthly contribution, yeah. But if you want to join on the Discord server and just be able to join the public chat, you can do that. Like, the thing is, like, we provide like a ton of value for free, like tons of value. Like, that's where even just joining on the Discord server will get you kind of introduced to things. And again, like when you do that, you can also get access to like all of our past podcasts, and including our conscious creator work periods, which like have like a lot of value. So Megan's asking what's my thoughts on time travel. Megan, I'll answer a couple questions in the chat, just kind of like in between. And if you guys have any particular questions about the Patreon, let me know. But I assume you're probably referring to Pandora. I'm friends with Pandora, and I think she's pretty awesome. So if you're seeing a person on TikTok showing up talking about time travel, again, just reminder that TikTok is a platform for entertainment, and it's a platform for performances. So think for yourself. That's all I'll say. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's about the getting people to be able to open their minds, you know. So, but yeah, thank you again, everyone, for joining in. And if you guys are just thinking about the Patreon, the link's through my profile. But if you're looking to be able to connect just to the Discord server, I encourage you to do that first. Like, I wouldn't expect you to just join the Patreon right away. Especially if you're brand new to my content, I would encourage you to just like check it out, get familiar with it, see if you resonate with it, learn more about becoming a leading member, and join if you feel called, and join as a way to be able to like invest in yourself and to be able to say like, yo, this is something I'm passionate about. And especially like how many people here consider themselves to be conscious media creators? I'm just curious because again, I know like other people, like there's going to be people who are going to be like, yo, like I love watching content, I love tuning in for the live YouTubes and everything like that. Don't necessarily think of myself as a conscious media creator, but and that's okay, right? Like there's a lot of people who are tuned in, who support on the Patreon, and they're not like actively involved as leading members, right? So don't feel that you need to be a conscious media creator. But again, if you are a conscious media creator, then you're definitely like, again, like invited to be able to connect further with our team of conscious media creators. It's pretty dope. Like essentially, like again, like yeah, we're conscious media creators, but essentially we're building like a real world team of superheroes. Like we call ourselves shifters, light guardians. And even if you don't think of yourself as a conscious media creator, I want to be able to like help get people into the mindset of understanding that they are media creators, they are artists. You know, some people, they just don't really like think of themselves as being a conscious media creator, but there's no reason you can't get started, right? Everybody has a TikTok, everybody has an Instagram, everybody can make a YouTube. What's to stop you from sharing your truth? And that's essentially a big part of what it is that we're doing. You know, we're allowing people to be able to really deepen themselves into their why. What is their why? And their why is to be able to create like meaningful content that's going to educate, inspire, and entertain people, and evidently help shift consciousness. So yeah, everyone can show love. That's very true, Hunter, on TikTok. That's a great way of putting it. And so, you know, we got people on our team who are involved on as leading members who are joined on my Patreon. And they're like, you know, they're people who have never really thought much about like creating a TikTok or a YouTube, but now they are, you know, and some of these people are like, you know, and this is just kind of like letting people know that this is for everyone. Like there are people, and you know, they're women in their like 60s. Well, not quite. Do we have any in their 60s? No, I don't think so. But we definitely do have like women who are in their, you know, like 40s and 50s, who are a part of our team and who are learning, who are like building their confidence, right? In the same way we got people who are also in their, you know, 20s and 30s, obviously. And them too. There's being around a community, being around a team of people who are passionate about creating conscious media. If you're working on developing your skills as a conscious media creator, is super powerful. And some people, you know, they're more interested in just kind of like being a part of our weekly team podcasts. Like our team podcasts, like we have so many episodes that again are just testament to just like the really unique like value that we have here as a community. You know, we have last week's was our dream class broadcast, all about dreaming and dream experience. That was so cool. Then we had our full moon party the week before that. And then before that, we had our August 27th global meditation, which reached thousands of people. And people who were joined on the Patreon got to join on air for that. You know, they got to join on air and contribute and to practice sharing their voice with thousands of people, right? So we've created this really powerful sacred space. And again, by joining on the Patreon, if you choose to be involved at that degree of engagement, you're welcome to. So again, Patreon is where you can join with a monthly contribution. And if you join at the $11 a month, you can join as a leading member. And again, that will give you full access to our Discord server, access to joining our conscious creator meetings to support you, access to join our weekly team podcasts, access to me as a conscious media creation coach, which is worth like hundreds of dollars a month, and discounts for our item shop. And again, guys, like my focus is being able to provide you guys with a ton of value. Like that's the thing, like joining on the Patreon, it's like a sliding scale. So it's like, it's $11 a month, but it's a sliding scale because the value is very relative, right? So like when you guys join, and people say this, they join and they're like, yo, this is worth way more than $11, right? Like just like the way that I'm feeling my confidence grow, the way that I'm feeling this like sense of community and home and everything like that. So we keep it affordable because we want to be able to keep it accessible. And again, when you join on the Patreon, especially for those of you who want to get involved as a leading member, do it in a way, like I want to be able to invite you to do it in a way where you see it as an investment for yourself. You know, the same way you would buy a membership for a gym, the same way you would buy healthy groceries. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing, more or less. It's about being able to invest in yourself, and it's being able to support something that you care about. And again, this is not just, it's bigger than us. It's supporting what it is that we're creating here as a team on a much bigger level. So anyways, guys, I've been talking for a bit, but go ahead. If you guys have some questions about the Patreon, let me know. I'll hang out on here for a little bit. I gotta go to sleep soon. But we'll be doing some Team Tarot tomorrow and inviting people onto the Patreon during that broadcast as well. But if you're interested in joining on the Patreon, drop a 555 in the comments. And if you're on TikTok, I'll follow you back if you drop a 555 if you're interested in joining on the Patreon. And again, that's a monthly contribution to support the work that I do and to get access to our exclusive benefits. And also, when you join on my Patreon, you also get access to some of my secret videos. One of those videos being my my 3-hour long video of my experience on 5 grams of mushrooms. It's pretty cool. So yeah, so the Wizard, one of our leading members, yo, what's up, Deffigan? Am I still calling you Deffigan? I guess I'll just, Wizard is the name now. Says, I can say with confidence and personal experience, this personal gym is absolutely worth every penny. I appreciate that. I appreciate with that Wizard. Wizard it again. Wizard has been a Patreon supporter for not too long now, but like already just being in that space is like helping them just kind of continue to keep focused towards creating, towards building their brand, building their platform, working towards their content. And it's a, when you're a conscious media creator, you know, it's something that's, it's an investment. It's an investment for yourself. It's an investment of time, but you're building community, and eventually, again, you're working towards that possibility that how would it feel? How would it feel to be able to like create content to help serve other people and to be supported in doing that, to be supported in doing it financially? Like, that's, the world needs more of that. Like, the world literally needs more of that. The world needs more people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness, supported by community, and supported in community by being able to, you know, reach more people and learn. And again, that's the thing, guys. Like, I've been creating conscious content for over 10 years. And so that's why, for me, it's really, really important to be able to take the knowledge that I've gained over the years, that I've gained only as a result of, you know, going through 10 years. Like, you can't just give, like, I can give a lot of experience, but again, you know, like for me, the only way I could have earned that was to have gone through it. And so there's like 10 years of expertise that I've accumulated. And now I'm here to be able to share it. And that's where, you know, when people have questions, if they're like, hey, I'm thinking of building my Patreon, like, can you review my tiers for me? Can you give me some feedback on a new post? I got some simple questions. Like, that's what I'm here for, right? You guys can kind of use me as almost like an external version of your own intelligence. So like, when you have a question, instead of like, if you're brand new to a lot of this stuff, which a lot of you may be when it comes to creating conscious media, there's going to be a lot of questions. And rather than like kind of not knowing and kind of taking a guess and taking a swing and sometimes missing, if you ask me a question first, I can say like, okay, well, here's what I would recommend, right? And I'm recommending it from a place that is a developed intuition. You know, it's like, if I was in this situation, what would I do? Or I put myself in your shoes. So that's something quite unique, right? Where you guys literally have access to me to be able to help assist you, like, and guide you. So it's really, really cool. And yeah, and Wizard says, yes, anything works, right? Yeah, Megan, I'll post a link for the Discord into the TikTok chat. And again, for anybody here, you guys are welcome to join on the Discord. The link is also in the YouTube info. It's pretty much in all of my videos as well in the YouTube info. And for those of you on TikTok or Instagram, the link's in my profile as well. Um, the wizard says, truly though, thank you, Brendan, for everything you've done and given me. I'm about to embark on a massive journey to better support the collective and the world once I am done with this step. That's awesome. Dude, that's exciting, man. And again, it's a journey that's gonna continue to unfold. Like that's kind of the exciting thing, right? Like for people to be able to be like, yo, like I want to do this, like it's something that you can do, that you can literally continue to do for the rest of your life, right? Like no one's going to stop you from being a media creator. If you have a story to share, if you have a voice to share, then you can create content, right? And what happens if you can create content and build a community and to build your own Patreon and to develop support in doing that? So I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate that I've got this experience, and obviously, I've been able to build my Patreon over the years, and yeah, and now I can teach others how to do the same. Sarah, that's a great question. Sarah just kind of asking a side question. I'll answer a few side questions if you guys have some quick side questions. And again, if anybody here, if you guys are feeling like you're like interested in joining on the Patreon in the future, go ahead and drop a 555 in the chat. Like we got some of our Patreon supporters already tuned in right now. But yeah, Sarah's just asking, how do I work through my fears? I think there's many ways to be able to approach that. I think it's being able to understand that like the fears in themselves aren't always necessarily a bad thing. The fears in themselves are oftentimes like a message or a lesson or something that we can learn from, something that we can reflect on. And usually our fears are actually like deeply tied in with the fact that we care about something quite deeply as well. So don't be ashamed of your fear. But at the same time, like see it as a chance to rise and meet it. See it as an obstacle to overcome. See it as something to grow through. And that's where, again, just being able to talk about things, I think, is very valuable as well. Or just hearing other people talk about similar circumstances who maybe have gone through similar things, and to hear their perspective and to be able to hear how they've worked through their own fears as well. But yeah. No, I understand I understand, Sarah, and I think again, like even the simple things that I recommend, where it's just kind of working on yourself on a very holistic level. It's really going to be relative depending on like what are your fears and everything. But at the end of the day, like I think if you're focusing on like taking care of yourself and connecting with nature and practicing mindfulness, practicing meditation is a great way to do it, because oftentimes what we identify as fears can sometimes just kind of be like thought processes that kind of get moved into a loop. And so if we can observe those thought processes and then consciously like change them as they're occurring, that at times can help us release those fears. Like our fears, what we may identify as fears, may almost be like a form of anxiety. And one way of looking at it, and this isn't just my idea, this is something else someone else has talked about, where anxiety isn't just something you have, it's something you do. And so if you feel like you're like anxious and you have fears, because that's usually what anxiety is, it's like fear of the future, you can actually allow yourself to be able to develop new habits and rewire new parts of your brain. And then over time, you'll start doing those things more than you would be doing of the anxiety of having the fear. So I think if anything, Sarah, I would just say like, work on your overall basic health, work on connecting with community, pay attention to your diet, your sleep, water, sunlight, make sure all that stuff's taken care of. Get good food, buy good food, get a good meal. Like your brain is going to be fueled by what it is that you eat. So when you eat good things, you'll be able to kind of approach things from a different mental perspective as well. So, yeah, and again, Sarah, that's a really really deep question, and I think it's going to be personal for you. And again, I think it's okay to acknowledge that there are fears. That's okay. And again, I think those fears actually just rise us through into our courage. And when it's a fear for like somebody else, sometimes it's also an invitation to just be incredibly present. So Sarah, you're doing a great job. You really really are. And I say that on behalf of the universe. The universe doesn't give us anything that we aren't capable of handling. So I appreciate that, Wizard. No, it's totally cool, man. Like, Wizard's just kind of sharing the value of what it is that we're building here. I appreciate that. Yeah, and that can be a thing, Sarah. Like sometimes, yeah, like within our Discord and stuff like that, it's like the Discord isn't meant to be something where like, hey, it's like this is like, please come here and like pour all of your worries into the chat. But if it is something where it's just like, hey guys, like, this is how I'm feeling. Does anybody have any feedback? Like that's okay. That's okay. Like it's not like the group isn't meant to be totally just like something where people come and just like they're like, quick, heal my trauma and stuff like that. It's not quite what that is, but there may be connections out of that where you may be able to meet people who may be able to work with you through like one-on-one sessions and things like that. So it can open doors, it can open connections. So yeah, Sarah, I'm pretty sure you're joined on the Patreon. I'm quite certain of that. That's my recollection, is you are. Just thinking, Sarah, if you're joined at the just pulling up my data here. Yeah, Sarah, you're joined at the $5 level. Yeah. So I mean, Sarah, if it's something you're interested in joining at the leading member level, you're always welcome to. But again, like even just joining here on the YouTube chats and just being able to hang out here is something that can be, again, I know for a lot of people they're just like, oh, this world is kind of a scary place. But even just being able to spend time in our broadcast can be quite healing for people, because they're just like, oh, I'm not alone, right? Like oftentimes like we're scared because we have this interpretation that we're alone. But when you know that there's other people that have gone through similar things or shared similar experiences, that in itself, though it doesn't immediately heal things, it at least gives you some sort of hope, some form of solace, I would say. You don't have to go through it alone. So and again, that's why community is so important. So cool, team. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks again for joining in. Just being able to hang out here late with you guys. Again, we're just kind of like chit-chatting right now. Also being able to invite people to the Patreon as well. And again, you guys can sign up for the Patreon at any point. I'll just hang out here for a little bit. Like, this isn't going to be like a super official broadcast or anything like that, but happy to be able to just chill out with you guys, because again, like you guys are tribe, you guys are family, you guys are team, and building those relationships is a big part of what it is that we're doing here. So just got to put out the invitation. So yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. right now. So I kind of fell asleep earlier, and then I woke up back up again. I was originally planning on doing Team Tarot tonight, but I went pretty hard playing some basketball earlier, so I just ended up taking it easy. But I'm like, I still kind of want to jump on, so I jumped on, and here I am. If you guys are on TikTok, if you guys are new to my content, drop a 333 in the chat, and go ahead and let me know. Not a problem, Sarah. The recordings are always there, and again, Sarah, like, there's no shame in putting your energy where you need to. It's all part of the bigger story. So nothing to be sorry about, Sarah. I would just say, like, thank you for being able to, show up when you can and keep focusing where you need to. That's all that is ever expected of anyone. So yeah, no, sending you guys good vibes. So, and thank you again, Wizard, and anybody else who's just chilling out with us as well. For those of you tuning in on TikTok, if you guys are new to my profile, drop a 333 in the chat. Go ahead and let me know, and I can give you guys like a bit of an introduction. Yo, Ancient, what's up? I like the idea of, again, it's just like, if I'm all like up late at night, people will just be like, oh, like, Brendan's up late. I wonder what's going on. Let's jump in. Because it's not just me. It's like, it's the community. It's the team. So, yo, what's up, Manic? Thank you for being a new follower. Again, if you guys are new to my content, I've been creating conscious content for over 10 years. I'm an award-winning Canadian filmmaker. I've dedicated myself to helping shift consciousness, and I've been building a team of conscious creators and leaders, and specifically conscious media creators. And if you're interested in connecting with our team of conscious media creators, drop a 555 in the comments and let me know. And I can tell you more about that and how to get involved in our Discord server and the Patreon and things like that. But I'm not totally just gonna repeat myself. But I know there are literally people that are just joining in, but that's okay. But yeah, we got a dope team. Like, we got a really cool team. I actually have to update our index list because we've got some new creators. That's going to be part of my work this week. It's like a Excel document, but it basically has like everybody's like URLs and profiles and stuff, so you can look at that and you can see like our team of creators. Thanks, Regs. Thanks, Reptar and friends. Oh my goodness, that's a throwback. Rugrat days, my goodness. Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so again, you know, like this live, this live is specifically called Inviting Patreon Supporters. So again, if you guys are fans of my work, you can support it on Patreon with a monthly contribution, but when you join there, you're not just like supporting me, you're also receiving support in return. You're supporting the community, you're helping us increase our global impact, and you can join at the $11 a month level to become a leading member, and that's where you get like the additional supports to be able to help support you specifically as a conscious media creator. And we have regular team work periods Monday to Wednesday at 3 p.m. EST, where we go over some really cool tactics and stuff like that. Yo, what's up, everybody? Thanks again, everybody, for joining in. But if you guys are new to my content, if you're interested in connecting with our team of like conscious media creators, with shifters, with like our real world team of superheroes, first of all, you're already connected because you're here. But if you want to connect further, you can connect to our team chat. That's our Discord server. The link for that's in my profile. Just be sure to read the overview and the guidelines. And if you want to join on the Patreon, that's where you can get like full access to our team chat and our work periods, and and join our weekly on-air team podcasts. Next week's podcast is on mystery and magic of the fairy folk, which is going to be like really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that. So that's going to be really fun. And that's at Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. So awesome. If anybody has any quick questions about the Patreon, go ahead and let me know. And again, if you guys are brand new, the Discord link is in my profile. So yeah, Ancient, you're still on the Patreon. That's right. What's your, I'm just trying to think of if you're signed up, like your username on the Patreon isn't your YouTube username, it's something else. But yeah, you signed up quite a while ago. I appreciate that, dude. Like that's the thing, man. Like we've got people like on the Patreon that have been like supporting on the Patreon for, you know, years at this point. And like, why are they doing that? Because they value what it is that we're creating. And again, you know, like this is like my full-time job. This is my full-time devotion, and I'm able to do it because of the community. And look at where we are now. Like, look at the difference. Like, I'm sure the people who signed up on my Patreon a while back, they're like, yo, Brendan, like, you're freaking rocking it, dude. Like you are worthy investment, right? So, yeah, the links all through my profile link. Like, it's one link that links into all the links. So if you click my profile link, pretty much just like go through all that, and it's all valuable. So, that's right. Yeah, I signed up as Vincent. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Vincent. Yeah, Vincent, if you want to get involved with some of our upcoming broadcasts, dude, you're most welcome to. Vincent, you're added as a leading member on the Discord server too, right? Cool. Yeah, what's up, Master? If you guys are new followers on my profile, drop a 333 in the comments. Just be able to let us know. How many people do we got tuned in right now? We got 6 people tuned in on YouTube. if anybody wants to sign up for the Patreon, like even as we're doing this, that would be a pleasant surprise. If anybody does want to sign up for the Patreon, I'll what could I give you? I'll give you one of the amethyst wire wraps if anybody wants to sign up for the Patreon, like literally during this broadcast, if you guys want to, just as like a little extra bonus incentive. And that's like offers only available just for right now. But yeah, I've been using these. I've been sleeping with these, man. Like I'm falling asleep with these and I'm holding on to them. And it's a really, really, really cool way just to be able to kind of like focus on something as you're falling asleep. I really like it. So cool. Yeah, Wizard, thanks again for jumping in. It's always a surprise to see like who's up late. So I know everybody's kind of got like their own unique schedules. So yeah. But I'm looking forward. I like every week, you know, with our team, it's always exciting. It's always exciting to see like what it is that we're creating together. It goes by fast, man. I know for some people, like the Thursday broadcast, like they look forward to it, right? Like they're just like, yo, like sweet, it's Thursday again. Hooray, I get to hang out with the tribe. So cool. I appreciate you guys joining in. Again, we literally got like multiple Patreon supporters just hanging out in the chat as it is. Shout out to Vincent, Wizard, Sarah. You guys watching Adult Swim right now? So Sarah asking about repeating numbers. My simple answer for that, I think repeating numbers kind of work in two phases. The first phase is when you notice them a lot, and that's basically there to like get your attention. It's like the universe saying like, hey, like pay attention. Isn't this weird? Like something's happening right now. And then from there, once you start seeing repeating numbers, you can actually start using them as like affirmations and a way for the universe to be able to communicate with you. So that's where I like seeing like the 1111s and the 333s and the 555s to whatever number they may be as like something that you can encode, where you're just like, all right, universe, like when I'm in my flow, show me these numbers. And you can get specific with it too. You can get specific with it. But yeah, that's the simple way that I kind of see those, is like when you do see the numbers, again, it's kind of like the universe like giving you a thumbs up, or like a bro fist, where it's like, yo, like you're like in the zone right now, you're in flow, you're right where you need to be. And sometimes even just seeing the numbers is a great way to just kind of like evoke reflection in that moment, to evoke mindfulness, to just be like, okay, like stop, breathe, be present. Where am I right now? Right? So you guys ever have that where you're like downtown, or you're like driving and the first car that pulls in front of you has like a significant number on it or something like that? Yeah, that's cool. Wizard talking about doing some late night team meditations. Yeah, I mentioned a bit of that in the meditation chat. I think that would be cool if we can get some people who are starting to kind of get into a habit of facilitating some evening meditation. I think that would be really cool, because again, I think that's Wizard, I think that would be great, especially if you got your Patreon kind of like set up at the same time, and you can start kind of like leading people into it as well. Like that's the thing, right? Like through our platform, for our leading members, when you guys have broadcasts coming up, we can help support your content through the community. And then you guys can like build your Patreon as a result of like the audience that we share as a community, right? So Megan says, my biggest thing with the numbers is to be aware of your thoughts when you see them. It helped me. Yeah, totally, Megan. I think that's a great way of putting it. So cool, team. Guys, we got about 5 people tuned in right now. Again, I think I'm mostly talking to people who are already signed up for the Patreon, so I'm not going to go over it too much. But if you guys are new to my profile, you can connect to our team chat and learn more about the Patreon through my profile link. And again, that's where you can join our really, really dope team and be involved as a leading member and get access to all sorts of exclusive benefits. All right, team, less than 10 minutes, and then I'll jump off here. And again, I part of the reason why I wanted to jump on here was also just to be able to say hello to those of you who are on TikTok. Like that's the thing. Like for those of you who are on YouTube, most of you guys are on YouTube. You guys are obviously subscribed to my content. So you're already familiar with my content, and a good chunk of you are already Patreon supporters. Speaking of Patreon supporters, there's another one. There's AJ. See, like I knew this would happen. You guys, I go on late at night, and the whole crew just shows up. It's fascinating. And again, you know, I like see going live on at late at night, or just anytime. Like I go live on TikTok because that's like how new people get a chance to just be able to connect and everything like that, right? So like YouTube community, you guys know who I am, so I don't really have to talk to you about the Patreon. You guys have heard me talk about it, but for the TikTok, you know, it might be the first time they're tuning in, and so that's where you just want to be able to extend the invite and be like, and not even just the Patreon, just be like, yo, we're building a dope team of spiritual superheroes and shifters and light guardians, and it's this epic mythos, and if it's something you resonate with, here's how you can get involved. Check out our Patreon, check out our Discord server, tune in for our podcast, etc., etc., etc. And again, you know, like the people who resonate with it will resonate with it. And I know, and that's the thing, like I don't have to like sell anything. Like I'm just letting people know. And the people who are like, yo, that's really cool. And then you guys can make that choice for yourself. You guys are intelligent, smart people, and you guys know what it is that you resonate with. And if you resonate with it, you can check it out. So is my video going viral again? Looks like it kind of is. The one I made today of the this is a spiritual message that, what did you guys, well, I'll ask you guys, like just literally just talking a little bit of like TikTok stuff. I made a video today on TikTok, and I basically say, if you're going through a spiritual awakening, this message is for you. Remember, too much light can be blinding. Stop listening to everything that everyone says. Think for yourself. The most important understanding of reality is your own. Like that's exactly what I said in the video. But that's a very, very powerful phrase. Too much light can be blinding. Do you guys understand what I mean by that? Or like how do you interpret that when I say that without me even saying anything? In context of like listening to a lot of information and things like that. When I say too much light can be blinding, does that, what do you guys think when I say that? How do you interpret it? I'm just curious. So AJ mentioning that they're about to upgrade. You're about to upgrade your Patreon, AJ? Dude, AJ, that's so dope. Thank you, dude. AJ, like, yeah, like let me know what you want to get, and whether it be like negotiating. I don't usually negotiate prices for the light guardian crystals. You guys already get discounts for those, but if there's other stuff that you want, AJ, like again, like some extra amethysts, or some of the other items, let me know, dude. Like I'll take care of you, and I appreciate that. AJ's, see, it's like AJ's a great example of someone who's been following my work since like 2012, right? So like AJ, I mean, I'm curious, AJ, like are you not proud of what we have created here as a community? Like you saw like the genesis of this when it was just like a little podcast back in the day, and now here we are. And again, you know, I put in the work of being able to create valuable content and reach new people. And that's the thing, like every video that I make is also an invitation to build the team, right? Like you guys get that, right? Like it's not just funny videos, it's like funny videos that connect people back to my profile and then connect them further to the team if they resonate, right? So AJ just upgraded their Patreon literally as we're on air right now. AJ, I super appreciate that, dude. And AJ, like again, make sure, like if you want to be able to join in for the broadcast, you're always welcome. I know you already know that, but yeah, just confirming, dude. I've always enjoyed being able to just like have you involved, and thank you again, dude, for being here. So right when we used to call in back on Blog Talk Radio, half the people here, 90% of the people here don't even know what Blog Talk Radio is. So I was like, this was before Zoom, before Google Hangouts. It was Blog Talk Radio, and you fucking called in with your phone. Like it was like old school, like radio style and stuff like that. It was kind of cool though. Like it's weird because we can't really go back to that technology. Like that technology like is ancient now. But there was like a wait line, like you would call in and people would be like on the waiting line and be like, you've called into Blog Talk Radio. Like, it was fun though, eh? Like, AJ, we've got like, see, that's the thing, like that was an era of Paradigm Shift, and you guys can go find those episodes. Like the playlist for them is there. You can literally go back and listen to episodes from 2012, 2011 of like me and Michael Brazel, who we started the podcast with. And like episode 1, we're talking about dreams. Like episode 1, we're already talking about like dreams and everything like that. It was fun, man. It was fun. So it makes me smile. So going back to what I was asking before, where I said too much light can be blinding. Sarah, thanks for joining in. Sarah says too much knowledge can be confusing and confuse your own personal path. Yeah, essentially, right? So Wizard, thanks for dropping in. Megan says, holy shift, I've been saying this to myself lately, overload of one thing is never a good thing. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like I'm seeing that a lot with especially people who are literally just starting their awakening, and they're watching TikTok after TikTok of like spiritual creators going boom, 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 boom. And like and it's overloading, right? They're just, especially if they're getting like contradicting beliefs or perspectives, right? So it's important to be able to make sure that you don't overload yourself on information. You almost need to like listen to something and then like sit with it and be like, how do I feel about this? What do I think about this? Does this resonate with me? Do I want to investigate it further? But you can see, like, it's kind of weird. Like, the way social media works, it's meant to go from, like, one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's kind of been the way how it's been for non-spiritual content. And now when it's suddenly spiritual content, it creates, like, this additional layer where it's confusing the fuck out of people. Because it's just, like, these aren't just entertaining ideas where it's, like, you go from one idea to the next. It's, like, literally when you go through social media, like, every single time you scroll, it's like a new reality. It's like a new portal. You're going through, you're like, boom, 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 boom. And so now when you're doing this with spiritual content, it's like you're like again, it's like a new perception of reality, and that can be very confusing. That can be very disjointing. So if you guys are tuned in on TikTok, if you guys can hear me okay, just confirm for me in the chat. Drop an 1111. If I need to restart the broadcast, I will. I'm not 100% sure if I need to though. But yeah, we're just hanging out here, guys, building the team, hanging out, connecting with people. Cool. Yeah, it's great to see people resonating with that new video that I made. Jeez. That's funny. Somebody like made fun of me, but they made a reference to NLE Choppa, but they probably don't know that me and NLE Choppa are pretty tight. So me and NLE Choppa are basically best friends. I mean, he tuned in for August 27th podcast and rebroadcasted it. I basically consider us best friends now. I'm just joking. So I mean, I assume NLE Choppa is subscribed to our YouTube channel, which is actually pretty dope when you think about it. So looks like the feed's coming through okay. For those of you on TikTok, thanks again. If you guys are new to my profile, leave a 333 in the comment. I know I said I was going to be off here in 10 minutes, but now I'm drinking green tea, so God help me. If any of the Patreon supporters, again, reminder, if you guys feel like you want to upgrade your pledge, you guys are more than welcome to. It's a pay what you wish sliding scale. So if you guys are like, yo, like, I'm a millionaire now, Brendan, like, here's like an extra whatever and stuff like that. You guys decide that. It all helps. It all helps. It really, really does. So. And we're currently at 204 on Patreon. My goal is to reach 230 by the end of this month. And that's where, like, again, tomorrow I'll be doing some tarot reading and inviting people onto the Patreon and stuff like that. But yeah, and then we got our work period on Monday at 3 to 4 p.m. for our leading members, and we got our team meditation Monday at 10 a.m. and then we have a meditation every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, also at 10 a.m. and the recording for those are online, and the link for those is through my profile. So Cool guys. What's your guys like? Why do you guys like my content? Like, what do you guys appreciate about the work that I do? Like, I'm not asking you to like, like boost my ego or anything like that. Like, I'm legitimately asking, like, what about my content do you guys like? And if you can tell me, then I can keep kind of, refining and working on it and stuff like that. But like even for like, I don't know, for people who are new, uh, I'm sure my content probably stands out. Like, it's probably a little bit different. Like, if people haven't seen my content before, they're like, whoa, this is like fairly, professionally produced, like including my TikToks, right? Like, it's like, and it's like funny, but it's still enlightening. It doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's inspiring, and it's a cool mythos and stuff like that. It's grounded, but it's also very out there at the same time. Because I think that's kind of a thing that you see sometimes, where some people, they get really into these spiritual topics, but eventually you'll be listening to them and be like, okay, I agree with this, I agree with this, I agree with this. And then eventually it gets to a point where it's like, ooh, you lost me. Like, oh, you went a little too far on that one or something like that. I make sure that, yeah, I keep things well balanced. And that's just a part of my character. I've been doing this for a long enough time, but I've always kind of had this balanced approach where, again, I carry like the Sagittarius and the Taurus energy, and the Cancerian energy. Like, those are my signs, like Sag, Cancer, and Taurus. So you can see, like, the Sag is very much like out there, philosophical ideas, higher dimensional reality, all of that fun stuff. Taurus, very grounded, practical, dedicated, devoted, bullheaded, working towards an objective, and I'll spend fucking 10 years doing it, right? Like, I've already proven this. And then Cancerian, very community oriented, very playful, very, again, like very heart oriented, very compassionate. So, yeah, I'm exactly who I need to be in order to be able to do the work, in order to be able to inspire each and every single one of us to be able to show up and do the work in a variety of ways. AJ, leaving some feedback. Thank you, AJ. Says, I will say you have some of the best meditation circles I've seen out there. Thank you, AJ. You've been putting in a lot of work lately. Thank you, AJ, for noticing. I appreciate that. Absolutely. And again, like, it's having this new apartment has like increased my ability to make content, right? Because like, I'm able to focus way more. It's like I literally wake up and work, and I'm here all day. And AJ says things that they like: knowledgeable and grounded, variety, inclusion. The energy you bring is always from a genuine place, and very sexy. Thanks, AJ. Thanks. It's the glasses, I swear. It's all the glasses. So yeah. Megan says things that they like: self-growth, like-minded people. It actually making good change for the world. Yes, definitely very inspiring and interesting. Awesome. Thank you, Megan. Vincent, you've helped me open my mind, and your consistency has helped me feel like I have a friend that I can annoy, even though I can be a bit overbearing at times. You've kept all your promises, and I still have the crystal. That's awesome, Vincent. That's really, really cool. Yeah, like, again, I love the idea that some of you guys bought like items off me years ago, and you still have them. I mean, AJ, do you have any shift buttons left? Like, because I gave shift buttons to AJ like years ago. Like, and I wouldn't be surprised if you still have like a couple sitting around somewhere, which I think you do. So, if you guys are tuned in on TikTok, if you guys are new followers on my profile, drop a 333 in the comment. We're live on YouTube right now, so that's why I'm kind of talking to two screens, and we're just kind of hanging out here with the tribe and just sharing some gratitude. What would you guys like to see more of in the future? If there's anything, I mean, you could literally just say, like, just keep doing what you're doing. That's good enough. That's good enough. But you can see, guys, like, it's getting bigger and bigger, and the impact that I'm able to do is beyond just my own content, right? Like, because that's the thing. Like, as going back to the Patreon, where I'm supporting the people on Patreon. Oh, that's cool. Vincent says my daughter found some buttons today. They like the shift buttons, like they were like sitting around somewhere. That's so cool. AJ has 4 shift buttons left. That's so cool. But again, like the content that we're creating, like, for example, like one of my friends, David, his like I connected with his content on TikTok when he was less than 1,000 followers. He is now at 80,000 followers. He's been checking in with me regularly, and we've been helping him build his Patreon and his Discord. And so that is gonna like help him continue to serve other people. So like it's kind of like this again, it's like this network where my impact is like the ability to help other people, you know? So like that's the ripple effect, right? It's really, really cool when you think about it that way. And again, that's what I've been able to do because of your guys' support, where I can show up with this ton of value and be able to provide it in a way that's very affordable and accessible. Thanks, Megan. Thanks for joining in. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you guys think I'm spiritually sexy. As I like just look like a nerd right now, right? Anyways, Rag says, you're inspiring and your content has helped me on my journey of self-growth. I appreciate that, Rags. Rags, I'm just gonna give you a follow back, dude. I appreciate that, man. And again, for those of you who are tuned in, if you guys are interested in joining our Discord, you can do that. And that's, again, our Discord, where you can just kind of like, you'll get additional updates there. So you'll be able to keep coordinating. You can take care and take part in our team meditations that we do. And you'll get updates on upcoming podcasts. And again, if you guys want to connect further, then that's where you can join on the Patreon with a monthly contribution. And when you join at the $11 level, that's where you can join as a leading member, and that will give you access to so much stuff. Guys, one of my videos is like literally going viral right now. Like I checked it like 5 minutes ago, and it's gone up like 1,000 views. Like it's really trippy, guys. Like seriously, like here we are just kind of like hanging out, and it's like super chill. But meantime, in like a parallel reality, thousands of people are watching one of my videos right now, like right now. And right now, and right now, and right now. Like every single second, someone is like watching my video right now. The algorithm is going to change. It's not going to be like this like all night. But this is the way TikTok works, where it's like if your video is going viral and you jump on live, it gives people a chance to be able to jump in and be able to say like, yo, like, hey, I really liked your video. What's going on here? Tell me more, right? So for those of you who are specifically on TikTok, yo, what's up? Thanks for joining in. You stumbled across a very exciting thing that we got going on here. That's for sure. Awesome. Thanks, Sky. Sky saying, I love your content. Keep it up. I super appreciate that, guys. I'm glad you guys like my content. It means a lot to be able to get that feedback. I got infinite more to come. Like again, I've been creating content for 10 years and I haven't run out of ideas yet. So that's saying something. Because it's always relative, right? Like every day you can wake up and a lot of times, you know, I'll get my inspiration from sitting with the question, what is needed, right? Like, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to make something funny. It's like, I sit with the question. I'm like, what do people need to hear right now? What is something valuable that I can kind of like put out there? And then a lot of times you put it out there and people will be like, yo, this is exactly what I needed, right? Like this is like reach me at the perfect time. So Vincent, I have to go. Thanks for being awesome, B. Glad you're still here. I'll contact you and show up more often. Thanks, Vincent. Much love to you and the fam, Vincent. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it, dude. And sending you guys so much love. So yeah, AJ, that's a good topic. Talking about more on kind of like deeper levels of intimacy and the spiritual themes. That we'll probably do a topic on that, like because we did a topic a couple months ago on like the spiritual wisdom of love and relationships. I'm not sure if you saw that one, AJ. We hit upon that a bit within that one, but you're right, that would be one that we could get a little bit deeper into. Or it might just be something where I just might make like a TikTok about it. I mean, I could make a TikTok about that, no problem. I could probably do a funny TikTok about that. But yeah, no, I agree, AJ. Like you're right, like it's being able to explore the many levels of intimacy, like, right? Like people think intimacy is just, you know, intercourse, but there's many ways to be intimate with someone. Especially, you know, just like even through conversation, eye gazing, meditating together, creating art, creating music, you know, those are really, really important things too. So awesome. Let's see, what's my video at now? How much did it go up? Yeah, see, look, now like 500 more people have seen my video just in the last like 2 minutes that we've been talking here. That's like 500 more seeds, guys. Like, do you realize how crazy that is? Like, we're just sitting here chilling, and meanwhile, content that I made is like planting its seed into the minds of those who are watching it. Like, that's really, really cool, if you ask me. AJ, thank you for the suggestion on that topic. And again, guys, like, as leading members, if you guys have suggestions on particular topics, please let me know. Always open to be able to hear what it is that you guys would like to be able to see us talk more about in the community, or even just ideas for videos that I might be able to do. Again, for those of you who are new to my TikTok, if you're brand new, drop a 333 in the comment. We're just up late last night because we're fucking weirdos who don't sleep at normal hours sometimes. So but we're just hanging out here. I'm live on YouTube. We're talking about consciousness and spirituality, and we're inviting people to connect further with the team. So if you guys haven't yet, you guys can connect to our Discord channel, and you can also join further on my Patreon, and that's where you can support with a monthly contribution. If you guys are tuned in on TikTok, if you guys are thinking of joining on my Patreon, do me a favor and drop a 555 in the chat, and I'll follow you back if I haven't already yet. And contributions only process on the first of each month, so if you sign up later, that's totally fine. And again, when you join on the $11 level, you can also get discounts for the Light Guardian crystals. Have you guys seen these? Like, for those of you on TikTok, like, these are probably brand new to some of you. These are actually, like, Merlin taught me how to make these, like, in another, like, period, in another reality, and then I, like, brought them forth into this reality, and they're, like, tools for helping shift consciousness. They're magical items within your quest. I mean, they're just crystals, guys. Like, it's nothing special, but it's as special as you choose to see it. And quite frankly, I think these are really, really special, just because of, like, the fact that they're so unique and beautiful, and they're meant to look magical. Again, if you're signed up on my Patreon, you get a discount for items, including the Light Guardian crystals. And you can also get the Lumerian Light Guardian crystals. Go ahead, guys. What are some other topics? AJ, anybody else here? What are some other topics you guys would like me to do more of? Like, go ahead. I'm just curious. Here's a Lumerian Light Guardian crystal too. But yeah, if you're on my TikTok, if you guys are thinking of joining on my Patreon, drop a 555 in the comments, and I'll follow you back if I'm not already following you, or even just drop a 555 to let me know if you're interested in joining on the Patreon. But if you're brand new, you're welcome to connect to our team chat. How long do the batteries last? The batteries usually last for about 3 to 4 hours. Like, I don't keep mine on through extended periods. I give extra batteries with each one, so you would get at least like 8 or 10 hours worth of battery. Even when they die, they go dim, but they're not fully lit. But you can always get new batteries. Like, they're just like they're the little batteries, like they're the little like watch batteries, so you can always replace those. So it's not a problem. Like, the batteries are easily replaceable. So, but yeah, no, good question, AJ. I mean, what batteries? They're charged by the light of the sun. So I'm just checking, replying to comments on TikTok as they're coming in right now. So go ahead, for those of you on TikTok and stuff like that, feel free to let me know if you have any particular topics you would like to see not only me make content about, but also the community. JMax, those are available through my item shop. And if you're interested in getting items from my item shop, I highly recommend joining on the Patreon, because that will give you discounts for the items. So, like, if you join on the Patreon first, that will give you a 25% discount, and then you like basically like make your money back if you're getting items. And hopefully you stay signed up for the Patreon. Like, some people, like, it's possible. If you guys want a loophole, I'll tell you what you can do. You can sign up for the Patreon, you can get the discount code, and then you can deke, and then you can purchase your items. But if you do that, I might refund it. I might be like, that's not how the discount code works. But I mean, I'm flexible. I'm not going to complain about it too much. But yeah, paradigmshiftcentral.com/shop. And that's where you can get those. And there's only a limited amount. Like, eventually these will not exist forever. Like in terms of me being able to make them, eventually I will run out of supplies. But I spent the last several years like getting supplies. for these. And we also, again, on the shop, we also have the Auralite 23s. That's the oldest known crystal on Earth, 1.2 billion years old, which is pretty dope. But yeah, go ahead. For those of you on TikTok, what are some other topics you guys would like me to make content about? I'll stay on here just for a little bit longer, guys. I have to go to sleep soon. But yeah, Max, are you interested in joining on the Patreon? Again, like if you join on the Patreon, yes, you get the discount code, but that's where you can also join as a leading member, which is like benefits to support you as a conscious media creator. But you can still join at the $11 level and get the discount code. If you join at the $5 level, you still get the same discount code. It's up to you. Whatever works with you is totally cool. I'm just like replying to like TikTok comments as they're coming in. It's really interesting seeing the variety of comments that come in through TikTok. Some of them are completely asinine, and those are the ones that I block. So, but there's a lot of supportive ones. I mean, TikTok and social media can be a scary thing, right? Because it's like, I was thinking about this today. It's kind of like this scene where it's like, okay, here I go. I'm going to go like stand in front of a crowd of like 1,000 people, knowing that like, 10% of them are going to hate me or something like that. Like, yo, that takes courage, man. That takes courage. But again, we help our leading members know how to be able to make it through that as well. I teach people a lot about being able to maintain healthy boundaries through social media. That's very, 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 very important. Like I basically teach my community members where I'm like, yeah, like the energies you allow, the boundaries you fail to set are the energies you allow. So like if people are being like antagonistic, just block them, block and blast. Like you don't have to give them the focus. And not to say it's like you're ignoring people challenging you, but it's up to you. Like if you want to reply, you can, but you don't literally have to reply to every single comment. So, and again, that's like a gesture of kindness for yourself, because that will save you effort in the long run. It'll allow you to focus more on the things that you feel called to focus, especially on TikTok. Dude, there's so many people on TikTok who like leave really mean comments. Not just on my stuff, but on other people's stuff too. So, but again, that's where like having my experience where I'm like, yo, this is how you can navigate this space, is like teaching other people how to navigate it, right? I'm like, here's what you can do. Like, here's what you can do to make it through it and build your community. All right, team, I'm gonna go to bed soon. I'll hang out here for a little bit longer. Again, if anybody here is thinking of joining on the Patreon, go ahead and drop a 555 in the comments. If you're on TikTok, I'll follow you back. If you're interested in joining on the Patreon, if you have any questions, let me know. And any other topics you guys would like me to make future content about. Shadow work, yeah, shadow work is always an interesting topic to be able to explore. I love the topic of shadow work, so thanks, AJ, I appreciate it. Again, when it comes to like our conscious media creators, basically I tell people, I'm like, your content is not for everyone. It's not. And if people are going to be assholes to you, then your content is not for them. Period. You decide who your content is for. Like, people don't really think of social media this way, but like that's where like I shift their paradigms, where I'm like, you decide who your content is for. And you can choose to let people like, like leave hateful comments and things like that. You can choose to like evoke chaos. Sometimes people do. Sometimes people want to trigger people and stuff like that. There's a tactic to that too. But again, like you decide who your content is for. And if people are going to be supportive, then your content's for them. If people are going to be assholes, your content's not for them. And you can block them and they'll be fine with it, because they probably won't even notice, and they'll just go on to another creator and leave some other dumbass comment somewhere else. So saving yourself the effort, and you're doing yourself and the community a favor. I saw somebody comment Hollow Earth earlier as a topic you guys want me to talk about. I guess I'll have to make a video about Hollow Earth. So at some point. But anyways, team, I really really appreciate everybody joining in. I know it's like it's late right now. For those of you tuning on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube at the same time. We've just kind of been hanging out here, and yeah, we've been talking about a few things. We've been talking about the Patreon. We've been talking about our dope badass team of conscious media creators. So again, if you guys are conscious media creators and you're interested in joining our team of conscious media creators, like let me know, right? Because like this is like a really really dope team. And again, this is like yo, what's up, Kingdom? And again, for those of you who don't know, so like again, like I've been building this team for 10 years. I have like over like a dozen years of experience as a conscious media creator. This is what I went to school for. I've been in the professional industry. I'm an award-winning Canadian filmmaker. So I've got like notches on my belt. And again, being able to use my experience to be able to help other creators is what I'm really passionate about. Because what I want to do is I want to help over 100 conscious creators become self-sustained through building regenerative income, like by building their Patreons and things like that, so that together we can continue to increase our global impact. So yeah, Kingdom, definitely let me send you a DM about that if you would like to be able to get like more information on that. I mean, I can literally talk about it right now, but I can send you the links for that too, dude. You're definitely like I've had like I've seen your content a lot, and I've been wanting to just be able to wait for the right time to be able to, like, I mean, here you are. So like that's the thing, there's quite a few conscious creators out there, and so like I'm always kind of like keeping my eyes open. And sometimes I'll do that where I'll just kind of like be scrolling through and I'll see people and I'll just be like, hey, like I really appreciate your content. By the way, we're building a team. Are you interested? Let me know, type thing. So, but yeah, it's really, really cool. So again, like the team that we have podcasts that we do every Thursday. We have work periods that we do Monday, Wednesday, where we go over social media tactics. And that's where like I'm like helping people build their Patreons and their Discords and any other tactics related to like TikTok and YouTube and live broadcast. We have our team meditations that we do Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. And the leading members, those are our Patreon supporters, they get to lead team meditations if they want. So like that's been a cool thing. Some leading members who have never led a live broadcast, they are now leading team meditations. And because of this really supportive space, they volunteer to be like, okay, I'm going to lead the meditation for Tuesday. And then they get access to our collective audience, right? So like people who maybe just starting a YouTube channel, all help curate their content and direct people to join. And then those people get to be able to connect further and develop a relationship with the people leading the meditations. And then they level up by going through the process of leading a broadcast and being like, whoa, like I've never done that before, but it was awesome and it went great. And I've seen people in our team like literally leveling up, like from broadcast to broadcast. Like it's really, really exciting. And again, our team is a mixture of people who are well established as conscious creators and people who are brand new, and people of a variety of ages. We've got people in our 20s, we've got people in our 50s, you know, so like it's a full spectrum. And again, it's something that if it's something that resonates with people, they'll decide, like they'll decide, right? Like they'll just be like, yeah, actually, I would love to be involved with that. So again, if you guys are new, simple steps. If you're looking to get involved with our team, you can join our Discord server. The link for that is through my profile. And if you join as on a Patreon, that's where you can join as a leading member. And then that's where you get access to our meetings, access to join our weekly On Air Team podcast. And again, when you join on Patreon, it's $11 a month. Think of it as like a gym membership, right? Like the same reason you go to a gym to be able to invest in yourself, to be able to level up, right? This is investing not only in the community, but also in yourself. And it's being able to like put your skin in the game, right? And so when you do that, it's like, okay, I'm going to show up for the meetings. Like I'm going to show up, and it's worth way more than $11. Like that's the beauty of it. Like the value that we provide, the people who are involved, they're like, yo, like this is worth like hundreds of dollars, but we keep it affordable and accessible because we want to be able to help give people the opportunity to get involved. And it's really, really, really cool. Yeah, Kingdom, definitely, man. like either send me a DM or even just like jump into the Discord, because I have like basically like a copy paste that I send people. I can send you that, and then you can just kind of read through that, and then you can DM me if you have any questions as well. But dude, yeah, no, I'd love for you to be able to be involved. I think you would be a good fit for the team, and I think again you're already like doing exactly what it is that the team is about, which is, you know, like I've seen you, like you've been facilitating meditations, and again, that'd be a thing where like you could choose to like facilitate some of our team meditations. That will help introduce more people to you. If you're like, are you interested in building a Patreon? Like I'm literally just talking to Animal Kingdom on TikTok right now. Like, have you been thinking about building a Patreon? Because I think it would be great for you. You've already got a well-established community. And again, this is what I've been teaching people. I've been teaching people how to kind of like create the container for a community that they can use to integrate a Patreon into, that can really, really be able to like deepen the roots of the community and to be able to create regenerative income that will support them in the long run. But I think it would work quite well. Like a Patreon is what I'm saying for you, Animal Kingdom. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and let me know. I can't stay up too late, guys. I gotta go to sleep soon. As I just like start getting excited and everything like that, right? So, um, so do you already have a Patreon, Animal Kingdom? Do you already have a Patreon then? Because yeah, like that would be something where like I'd be able to just kind of like review it for you, give you some insight. So we do have, if you guys are like Animal Kingdom, I'll send you a link for this as well. Our work periods that we do, like we have work periods that are recorded. They're just like Zoom calls, and those are our leading members. You'll see people in the meetings that you'll be like, well, yo, I follow them on TikTok. The last one that we had went into like just like complete depth on like how to be able to set up a Discord channel in a very powerful way and link it into your Patreon. And we've got other ones that specifically go into creating Patreon. And so you can listen to those. Like anybody here can listen to those. Like I create those and we put those out there because I want people to hear these. Even like they're incredibly valuable. Like people would be like, yo, I would have paid like hundreds of bucks just for this like 1 hour broadcast to be able to get this insight. And then again, like through there, if people are interested, yeah, you can do it on your own. Absolutely. Like that's why it's out there, to be able to get the gears rolling. And then if you want to be able to like get that additional support, know that joining on my Patreon, on our Patreon, is an option. So yeah, Animal, I think that would definitely be something that we'd be able to work on. Like one of the things with the Patreon, I'll just talk in strategies and stuff here. This has been a big thing that I talk about with people, with our team, with our conscious creators, with the Patreon. And again, Patreon, for those of you who aren't familiar, context wise, is a website where people can support artists they like with like monthly contributions, and then they get like usually special rewards and perks, benefits, exclusive content, things like that. So the trick is to kind of like open yourself up to the idea of knowing that there is a successful version of the Patreon that exists for you. Like, I mean, call this like law of attraction or whatever, but it's just kind of opening up to that idea of like, okay, there is a version of a Patreon that I can create that is successful. And therefore, your objective is to build that successful version of the Patreon. And so it's just a matter of tweaking things. It's a matter of formatting things. It's not a matter of, oh, it won't work or something like that. It's just a matter of building it in a way where it will work, because it will work. If you are dedicated, everyone here has value to be able to share, especially if you've already got an established community. It's just a matter of tweaking it and figuring out the format and adjusting things and building it to a way where it channels the focus, it channels the energy. It doesn't become an overload for you. It actually like it compartmentalizes your focus, which is incredibly important, opposed to like that's the thing. Like you don't want a Patreon where it's like every person who signs up, it like amplifies the workload. You want to be able to compartmentalize things. That's very, very important. So then you can continue to get more Patreon signups, and especially if you're looking to work with people like one-on-one and things like that, you can integrate that into your Patreon. Again, you can facilitate like on-air Zoom broadcasts. Figuring out what your value is that you want to provide is a big part of it. But everybody here has value, and especially if you're already started as a conscious media creator, like I want you guys to be able to, again, that's my job. My objective is to help 100 conscious creators become self-sufficiently sustained through regenerative income and being able to create their ongoing content, because that's going to accelerate the shift. Like that will literally accelerate the shift. Like here I am, I work full time on this. And again, if I can do this, you can do this, right? So like that's basically the idea. Like if it can work for me, it can work for you. And then it's just tweaking things in a way that makes it work. So if you guys are interested in joining on the Patreon, again, the link for that's through my profile. It's a monthly contribution. Sign up in a way that you would sign up for a gym membership. I want you to say yes to it in a way where it's exciting for you. It's not going to be for everyone. And even if you guys are just fans of my work, you can still sign up for the Patreon. You don't have to sign up for the Patreon and be involved as a leading member. Like some people sign up for the Patreon, again, just to be able to like get discounts for our item shop. And again, that's where like it'd be like, yo, like I want that Light Guardian crystal. And again, you sign up onto the Patreon, you get like the 25% discount for that. But then other people, they sign up on the Patreon, they're like, okay, I'm going to be involved as a leading member, right? So it's totally flexible. It's totally an option. And again, that's $11 a month. Contributions process on the first of each month. So even if you sign up tomorrow or today, you can be involved as a leading member throughout the month. Like it's flexible, guys. Like it's super flexible. Like and even if you need to put contributions on hold, like it's not a big deal. Like I'm not like oh, like you have to pay up type thing. I'm not going to chase you guys. It's more when you sign up for the Patreon, it's like an energetic like investment. It's like you just being like, yes, this is something that I'm wanting to do, right? And then you doing that is more for you than it is for me. Like it's you making that like yes to yourself, and then from there the ball starts rolling type thing. So again, the link is in my profile for my Patreon. You guys can check it out. You can send me a DM on Instagram. You can also join our team chat. That's our Discord server. That's where you can kind of like, if you do that, you'll see the layout. Our Discord server, it's like a professional, it's basically like a digital production studio online. Like, cause I've worked in different production studios. So I've like learned how to function in that space physically. Like I've worked in Vancouver, I've worked here and everything in London, Ontario. I've worked on like a very popular show in Vancouver several years back. I had an internship there. I learned a lot when I did it. It was a really cool show. It was all about like video games and stuff like that. So I've been in that environment, and then it's kind of like taking my knowledge and creating like a digital version of that. So our Discord is like, it's basically, it's like a professional workspace, like, and so that you feel that environment, you feel that focus. And then when you join on the Patreon, then you get full access to the Discord. So you can join the Patreon, you can join in the Discord, you get access to the public, you can see things, you can get notifications and updates and engagement in our team meditations. And then when you join at the $11 level on Patreon, that's when you can get full access. Yeah, Kingdom saying, thank you so much, man. I appreciate everything you do and love this concept. Yeah, dude, thank you too, man. I'm excited to just be able to touch base, and I'll, even after this broadcast, I'll send you a DM if you would like. And if you guys are thinking of signing up for the Patreon, go ahead and drop a 333 in the comment. Let me know. Or sorry, no, drop a 555. If you're a new follower, drop a 333. This is like standard code that I got. If you're interested in joining on the Patreon, drop a 555. But I'm gonna have to jump off here, so I'll just stay on the air just for like any final questions. And again, if you guys are interested in joining on the Patreon, drop a 555 on TikTok and I'll follow you back. And yo, awesome. Animal, happy to see that, man. And yeah, dude, thanks for rocking it too, dude, man. Like, and thanks for like, I love the going back to the video that you did the duet of. That was hilarious, man. It touched my heart to see that you like did a duet of that. I'm like, oh, that was really cool. I appreciate that, man. It was funny, man. I'm glad both our videos got some really awesome feedback to it. It gets discussion rolling, right? So Rags dropping the 555. Thank you, Rags. And I did add you. I followed you back already as well. Just keeping an eye on the comments coming in. Let's see. Yeah, it's funny, guys. Like, man, it's so trippy. TikTok's so trippy, right? Like, as we've been talking here, like freaking like 1,000 more people saw that new video. Like, it's so weird, but it's so awesome, right? Guys, if you have any questions about the Patreon, go ahead and let me know. I feel like I'm ready to sign off, and again, I gotta get some sleep. I'm gonna be doing some tarot in the morning, and all the links you need are in my profile. So that's where you can join our Discord. that will give you more information about the Patreon, and you can go right to the Patreon from my profile link, and you can see our team podcast. You can even check out our conscious creative work periods if you scroll down, and you can watch my movies. You can watch my full-length movies that I've made, which are like spiritual movies as well. They're about transformational festivals in California. I was thinking about doing like a community watch party with some of my movies, actually, because I know a lot of you haven't seen them, and I think to be able to watch them as a community would be like an experience, because people would be like, oh, like this like opens my heart and it like connects me with like an experience that for some of us, it's like, fuck man, we didn't get festival season this year, right? Like, isn't that crazy? So like we have to have like digital version of festival season. So awesome. Cool. Kingdom, seeing your DM there. I'm not sure if you're still tuned in. But yes, I'll reply to that there. That's awesome. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you again to those of you who are joined in on all platforms. Again, if you get a chance, just go ahead and click the link in my profile to be able to connect there. If you're interested in joining the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat if you haven't already yet. And thank you so much, everyone. And I'm going to go get some sleep. And I'm going to wake up, and we got work to do tomorrow. So thank you again to those of you who are joined in. I'm just about ready to wrap this up. So for those of you who are here, I'll be on air again another time. But as it is right now, it's time for me to be able to go to sleep and to get some rest. And if you guys are looking for more content, click the link in my profile. Check out our podcast. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff there. And if you're looking to join the Discord, just be sure to read the welcome page first. Like, it's not just like a free-for-all chat. Like, that's not what it is. It's like a professional workspace environment. But again, you guys are welcome to check it out. So, cool. All right, team. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to jump off. H4, thank you for jumping in, dude. Or anybody, again, just sending you guys so much love. You guys got this. Feel free to check out some of my past content, and stay tuned for more exciting adventures of shifting consciousness that we still got ahead of us. So cool. All right, TikTok, I love you guys. It's been a joy. I stayed up way later than I intended to, but happy to be able to hang out with you guys. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Much love. And YouTube, just finishing off the broadcast here. All right, talk to you later, YouTube. Thanks again. And links are all down below for those of you on YouTube. Talk to you later.